Hello guys, I am David's World of Gaming, and recently, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass Wave 5, very long name, just came out, and it presented 8 courses. These being Athens Dash, Daisy Cruiser, Moonview Highway, and Bathroom Run, colloquially known as Squeaky Clean Sprint. Anyways, to the Cherry Cup, there were Los Angeles Laps, GBA Sunset Wilds, Koopa Cape, and finally, we decided to have Vancouver Velocity. So, I guess today we will be doing a full-blown analysis on all of the courses. So, let's go. Starting with Tour Athens Dash, it decides to divert the original. It basically diverts everything from your standard city. Instead of it being entirely in the city, instead you mostly focus on the Metropolis. And that's a pretty interesting setting. It's not very city-like, but it sure is fun. In lap 1, you bounce pillar to pillar, watch out for falling rocks, and of course, there's a delightful soundtrack. It's also pretty good looking, at least up close. If you look into the distance, it's very low poly. Lower poly than Shroom Ridge. But anyway, let's move on to the next course. The track gets an A. Alright, so the second course is Daisy Cruiser, and this one has always been a joy. I mean, who wouldn't enjoy Daisy Cruiser? I wouldn't know anyone. Anyways, Daisy Cruiser was great, and it still is. I like how everything's a bit more daisyified, and I like that all the shortcuts were kept, and they kept the warp pipe. That's always a plus, always a plus. Anyway, I do kind of wish that this course did just look a bit better graphically. I mean, it looks great, don't get me wrong. It's just a bit shallow. Could look amazing in the original 48 tracks in Mario Kart 8. However, something I did notice is that terrible thumbnail. 3 floating Goombas. How incredible. That's a Daisy Cruiser. It's a pretty bland thumbnail overall. I just don't like it. But overall, this track also gets an A. So far, this has been a fantastic wave. I wonder if there'll be another A. Speaking of, there is. Let's move on to Moonview Highway. So, Moonview Highway is incredibly surprising for this spot due to data mines. If you don't like data mines, sucks to be you, because half of Moonview Highway will be dedicated to data mines. So skip a minute ahead if you don't want to hear it. Anyways, basically, there was a prefix leak that basically confirmed that after and during Wave 5 and Wave 6, we would get 2 extra Wii slots. But if we're going to still have 1 Wii in Wave 6, that means we'll get 3 because of Moonview Highway. Yes, Koopa Cape is in fact in the Cherry Cup, which it should have been in the Feather Cup. What is wrong with them? Anyway, I personally do feel like this track is a bit overrated. I mean, the traffic's cool and all, but it does feel a bit like a shallow shell of its former self. But the traffic does seem to be a bit slower, and there's less of it. But the track still does have a lot of charm. Now, something pretty interesting is how this track was actually originally meant to be one of the Nitro tracks, according to the prefix leak. However, it eventually got replaced by this track. So that's a pretty cool fun fact. That was Moonview Highway. Now, let's tackle what's up next. The huge track of them all, Bathroom Run. So, Squeaky Clean Sprint is a great track. It's a great Nitro track. Oh yeah, I forgot to rank Moonview, A. So basically, Squeaky Clean Sprint is incredible. It's immaculate. It's perfecto. Literally, the only complaint I have is that it honestly felt like it was going to be just slightly longer. And the tube section does kind of go on for too long. But overall, it's still an amazing track. Now, you may not know this, but this is a nitro track. This is the first time it's ever appearing. And it's in a bathroom. Holy cow. A bathroom. And its layout's pretty cool. I like how you can literally trick off bath bombs. I don't think there's any footage that shows it, but you can. Anyway, I do feel like this is just an incredible track due to all of its shortcuts. Oh yeah, it has shortcuts. Its second route that you can get from a glider ramp that has you going over a toilet. That's cool too. Again, I don't know if the footage shows it. But yeah, Squeaky Clean Sprint, S tier. It's time to move on to the Cherry Cup. So the Cherry Cup starts off with Los Angeles Slaps. And you know what? It fits here. Quite well even. In fact, I would say this would be the best track if it wasn't for one little thing. It's daytime, vehicles have been removed. It lost a lot of vibrance, and the route just isn't that well thought out. Don't get me wrong, it's still a good track, but it definitely is a shell of its former self. Both in layout and the soundtrack. It lost the acapella. They lost the guys. The acapella guys, they removed them. In fact, this wave has a lot of stuff that got removed. Specifically this cup. So every track in here at least got something removed. And this time it was a sunset. It also does feel a bit anticlimactic, especially of how, spoiler warning, skip to the next 10 seconds, the fact that it was actually data mined to be the final track of the boot of Wave 4. But unfortunately, it does kind of lack in the gameplay department. Overall, though, this track gets an B. Now let's move on to Sunset Wilds, and yeah, Sunset Wilds didn't really get the best conversion. Oh yeah, I forgot to rank. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, so basically, this is kinda sad, I have to say. Sunset Wilds was a fan favorite and was one of the best tracks in Mario Kart Super Circuit, the game of where this track actually was from. And this track is such a shell of its former self. Get it? So anyway, it's lost around a quarter of its layout. It's pretty drastic. You can't even recognize the shape. And now something pretty special about Sunset Wilds is that the sun set over each lap. That is gone now. It's just a sunset in the wilds. Coolio. Heck, the Shy Guys don't even jump onto your card and steal all your money. Yeah, that happened. And anyway, I just don't feel like this version's very great. I mean, what we got to make up for the lack of layout doesn't even compare. And it overall looks pretty bleak and is worse than Calamari Desert. Anyways, it's time to move on to the third track. Just like GBA Sunset Wilds, Koopa Cape is also a shell of its former self. This time it's not nearly to the extent of Sunset Wilds. They just removed some of the buzzers, removed half of the tube, and also a little known fact about this track, they removed the arrow signs. Where's my Koopa left sign? Where is it? Also, it does look a bit less good graphically. And also there's this annoying grass patch. Again, I don't have the footage because I'm too lazy to. Anyway, so I do feel like that this track did kind of get a hit, but it's still fun regardless. It's just the wacky fun of Koopa Cape. It's basically the Mario Kart 7 version. Just don't get your hopes up. I do like the anti-gravity though in the 2. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of unnecessary anti-gravity in this way, but it's fine. And then the cup ends with Vancouver Velocity from Mario Kart Tour. This was originally going to be, spoiler warning, data mine warning, all of that. Skip to the next 10 seconds. It was originally going to be the first track of the Acorn Cup. And I feel like it fits it way better than here, as I think they may have needed more time, because this track, it just looks quite terrible. Like, it doesn't look terrible, but it definitely does not look on par with the rest of the wave. One of the least good graphically. Like, I just don't know what to say. I mean, this track has been stripped, and also that third lap is so short. It makes Baby Park look like N64 Rainbow Road. Okay, it's longer than a Baby Park lap, but it's like twice the length of a Baby Park lap. Yeah, it's not very impressive. However, it's still a fun track regardless. Still a shell of its former self. It probably just needed to wait until Wave 6 got a bit more development, and then came. Should have gotten another Double Dash track. Alright, so that was the entire wave. Now, I guess I should probably rank it. Oh wait, I forgot to rank the last ones. GBA Sunset Wild C, Koopa Cape A, and then Vancouver Velocity also A. There are a lot of A-tier tracks in here, so my 3 most favorites were Squeaky Clean Sprint, Koopa Cape, and don't get me wrong, I do know this may offend some people, but Daisy Cruiser. Okay, so let's talk about the characters now. We got 3 of them in this wave, so that means Wave 6 will be quite underwhelming. Or will it? Because I will provide the David World of Gaming character theory. See, in a recent patch, they actually made it so you couldn't actually race with Tanuki Mario or Cat Peach. There could only be one or the other, which got me thinking, are 2 slots being traded out for characters? And if so, are we getting 4 characters the next wave? Well, let's focus on our 3 that we got. A Wiggler. A freaking caterpillar made it into Mario Kart. Heck yeah. I do really like Wiggler, but I'm not sure how I like him driving. I probably needed to do the Wiggler combo. Yeah, I needed Wiggler on Wiggler next to Wiggler. I needed that. So, he's not the best driving, but he's a really neat pick. And then we have Kamek, character I've been hoping for a long time. He controls quite well. In fact, he's my new main. And yeah, he controls really well. He's a great character. He got shafted from Mario Kart 64. Fun fact. And yeah. And then our final character is Petey Piranha. A big piranha plant. This selection is something else. But yeah, Petey Piranha, totally great. I love him. I do like Petey Piranha. He's a heavyweight character, so he's not really my cup of tea, but you can still have fun with him, so I like him being in. So yeah. But we're not done yet. In fact, it's time to go with dreams versus reality. These were my predictions to make the tracks from the trailer actually pop, because these weren't confirmed at all, but I thought I might as well give it my predictions. Anyways, I had nothing for Athens Dash and nothing for Daisy Cruiser. But I thought for Moonview that there would be a cool little thing of where there would be backwards traffic. Basically, cars coming at you instead of you coming from behind them. It's unfortunately a loss, but hopefully we find it soon. But it never came, and I thought we would get it, and I feel cheaped out. Yeah, I'm not very happy about it not being in here, but yeah, hopefully it does get added in like a patch or something, but it just seems unlikely. But now we go to Squeaky Clean Sprint. I just kind of wanted it to be here and proud. I wanted the layout to be fun, and sure enough it is. Dreams versus the reality. Dream scores 1 point. Oh yeah, there's a point system. And then for Los Angeles laps, I kind of wanted it so on the first, and I noticed it was take time. So on the first lap, there would be big ol' sunrise, but then on the second lap, it would be daytime, and then the final lap would be sunset. And then when you go to Sunset Wilds, it would finish it off by going to Sunset Tonight, which never happened, by the way. I'll discuss that later, but it never happened, sadly. Also, I hope that there would be some more traffic, and also that never happened. Well, there's a lot of points going to reality here. And then we go to Sunset. I honestly just wanted there to be maybe a slight variancy from the tour version, but that never happened. I just wanted a bit more of a complicated layout, and I wanted the sun to set. Both of them never came true. But now I go to Koopa Cape. I just kind of wanted them to bring back the buzzers, but I wanted there to be anti-gravity boosters in the tube, and what do you know? The first one didn't come true, but the second did. That's cool, isn't it? And then finally, we have Vancouver Velocity. I was skeptical at first, and yeah, I was rightfully so. The track looked okay. Could look better. Could look better. Just saying. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what you expected. Actually, just kidding. We actually have one more. So, I did kind of wish for battle tracks to be this one cool thing about this wave. So that way Wave 5 would introduce 2 battle tracks, and Wave 6 could do the same. So the tracks I thought that were going to be in this pass were going to be Block Fort and Cookie Land. Both of these are great battle tracks, and it'd be cool to have them. Sadly, it never came, which is sad. But anyways, that was all for my Wave 5 analysis. Good luck to ya. Bye.